Bonjour gang and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Rapetsoa and this is Uncomfortable Growth. To my returning subscribers, I hope that the gang is well, and to those that are passing by, hopefully you like what you see and you join the gang. Guys, today I have Nero, so I'm excited.
I'm so confused. Like, guys, we were having a conversation and then next thing she's like, okay. I'm like,
I'm just so excited to have her here because I've been on her platform and this has been a long time in the making-ish situation. So yeah, Nero, please say hi.
Hey guys, hi. My name is Neo, right? Okay, let me speak properly. I'm sorry, I'm speaking like this.
It's addictive.
Hi guys, I'm Neo Rapetsoa and Neo.
So please make sure to check out Neo's channel. While you're here, make sure to subscribe. She's on the road to 100k and you're ridiculously close.
Right?
Like ridiculously close. Yeah, so let's make that happen. Let's please. So guys, I decided to do this video with Neo today because Neo is a fellow YouTuber, but she has definitely been in this game for a long time. Like, she's been doing it. She also came out in a time where they were like, I don't know how to phrase it, but there was like a group of YouTubers and
that was African YouTube.
Yeah,
it was like 5 of them and that was the end.
100%. So for Neo to come onto the scene at the time in which she did and to be at the place she's at now, for me is incredible. And I learned a lot from her, and she doesn't know it just via watching your videos and seeing what like trends. But honestly, just seeing how you edit, like seeing how you respond to people in the comments, seeing the types of videos that you do, I draw inspiration from. So who better to have this conversation with? So guys, we're gonna just talk about YouTube, what our current feelings are, what we've learned, what she's taken away, what she wished she didn't do, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna ask a very basic question, my friend.
Okay, you see, now you're the one asking me questions.
She's always putting me on the hot. Okay, yes. How do you feel about YouTube right now?
Right now, me and YouTube have a very mixed relationship. It's complicated.
Understandable.
We're in a situationship.
Yes.
It's sort of, I'll always be grateful to YouTube for what it's done for me. I really love YouTube, and I think I'll never stop loving YouTube because I really get to, it's the one platform I really get to be myself, showcase myself, and see that there's people that actually, like, I don't feel bad for being myself, you know? It's just the reason in which I say, like, my relationship and my emotions towards it is mixed right now. It's just because of the mere fact that I feel like I've gotten to a point where I'm like, there's nothing more for me to share about my life at this point. Like, I feel like I've shared everything I want to share, and right now I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm moving into another phase of my life where I really just either don't have much that I want to share with people. Already it's hard for me to have things that I can share with my friends. So imagine now I have to make up things to share on a public platform, you know? I must just make up, no, I'm joking, but
but you must just draw
I must draw inspiration from something, you know? So that's the only thing that's just been making it challenging. So a lot of my content these days is it's very structured and it's very like conversational and stuff, because then it's really just me sitting and talking. There's nothing that I have to share about my life, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, my relationship with YouTube right now, it's a bit mixed just because I'm really getting to a point in my life where I'm like, do I even want to be on social media at all? So I'm like, I don't even know if I want to still do social media at all. But I'm also just like, okay, let me get into my other streams of income, make sure that that's nice, and then make sure that bag is good, and then I can really just disappear. But otherwise, I love YouTube.
Can I ask you something? You just said that you enjoy YouTube, you enjoy the platform because it's a space where you can be yourself. Do you not think that subjects you to a lot more? Because like on Instagram it's a photo and people can only say so much, you know what I mean? We see her looking nice, we comment, that's it. On Twitter you can tweet and that's also it, you know? But YouTube, like, we're seeing you, we're experiencing you, we're hearing you, we're watching your mannerisms, and that's the anxiety I have with YouTube, because it is a space where we have to be ourselves, and the success of someone's channel is heavily dependent on people buying into you and liking your
personality and stuff.
So I'm in a weird place because as much as it's my favorite platform, it's also like,
and you don't even do like vlogs and stuff. It's like you just talk and you keep it moving. That's so nice. I wish I went into that side of YouTube. I really like the side of YouTube where it's like, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna film, I'm gonna talk, and then cut, and then it's a wrap, and that's all, you know. That looks so peaceful.
I don't think it is, because when you speak, I think people can have more problems with you when you speak. I don't know how else to say it.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't
so
get that.
the more you speak and the more you put yourself out there, because again, it's so easy to trip over your words. It's so easy to maybe not put something in the most correct manner.
Fair.
Yeah. And YouTube is also a space where you're supposed to be yourself.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to be ourselves, but also be very cognizant of the fact
that people are watching. No, I think, you know why I'm saying I wish I chose that part, right? Because I feel like when people criticize me when I speak on like conversational videos and they criticize something that I said, I'm like, okay, it's an opinion. I'm really open to my opinion changing. I'm open to being educated and being like, listen, what she said is incorrect because this, you know what I'm saying? But it's different when you're sharing your life and people have a lot of backlash on your life. It puts you in such a vulnerable place because you're just like, okay, but this is my life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And that's why I've also not put. I used to put my family on my channel a lot when I was younger, and a lot like, you know, I was a lot like, my view to life was very like, man,
YouTube,
my family, you know. But then I was like, I'm not gonna do it as much because I'm okay with you criticizing me, but just not my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think with YouTube right now, why am I actually like, I have anxiety talking about this thing. Anyway, with YouTube, no, it's fine. I think I'm just I'm at a place where I'm just like getting backlash on like certain things that you didn't even know you had a problem with. It's so
a different.
It triggers a different part of you because it's just like, oh my god, what's wrong with me?
Also,
what's this?
It's crazy because we create content, right? And obviously we feel good about it, and then we put it out for the consumption of others, and they can interpret it completely differently. Which is wild. And you're right, like when people call out things or speak of things that you aren't maybe even aware of, but like, or maybe, I don't know, make you think a bit harder, that is a completely different type of hell.
Yeah, and I think for me, another thing that I find challenging is when I started, sheep mentality wasn't as big a thing as it is now. So in this day and age, sheep mentality is like,
it's killing us.
It's killing the youth.
It's killing the youth.
Literally, like, everybody has to think the same and everybody has to agree with everything that's being said. If the wokes say this is what it is, then if you don't agree, you're literally like, you're the wolf.
You're like out of the loop.
You're the wolf and you're the sheep. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally just like one person could have one small opinion about you, where I literally used to be like, it's whatever. She's so loud. She's so
okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
You know, but now it's like, everybody just feels like they have to collectively just have the same opinion and agree and stuff. And so, I don't know, I won't lie. If there's one thing I'm really grateful for YouTube though, at the moment I wasn't grateful, but post I am. It really has developed my thick skin. I've gotten very thick skin. Very thick skin. Because remember when I started YouTube, I was in high school.
I was about to say, guys, so Nemo definitely, when I say she's been doing this, she has been doing this. And also for me, what is so interesting about your journey is when you decided. So most of the other YouTubers in that time, that when you started, were in varsity at the very least.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine having started this journey at such a young age, putting yourself out, your family out there, and having to receive people's criticism. And constructively, like you're not allowed, I mean, not that you're not allowed to, but you have to hear what people are saying.
Yeah, you have to listen.
You have to listen. Like, it's in the comments, it's there for you to see.
And everybody can see it.
Everybody can see
And if you're going to reply to everyone's comments and not that one comment,
it's very obvious, child.
Everybody can see that.
Yeah, I do. I think that when I came onto YouTube, it was the right time, and I think it took me this long because I needed to first go through a few things and grow my thick skin. Had I come onto YouTube when you came onto YouTube, I would no longer be on this platform.
Yeah, you see, with me, I won't lie, I was a very and I'd like to believe I still am, but because being in the social media business will actually, and that's the sad thing, sometimes I look back on like my personality and I'm like, I miss myself in the sense that I used to be a very like, I still am to those that are really close to me, you know, like you guys, my friends and stuff, will see that I'm very free-spirited. I say what I want. I'm very like, you know, but when it comes to social media, I'm not really as much like that, especially on my YouTube. I'm not as open as I used to be. I'm not, and that's not even because I'm trying to put on a facade of perfection, but it's really just because it's like, you need to be careful now that you are an adult and in the adult world, what you say. So in high school, when I started my channel, I didn't even think about it like that. I won't lie, I didn't even know South African YouTubers existed when I started. I was watching Diarra and Ken and all these American YouTubers, you know, and only once I was like a year in, I was like, oh, there's other people here. Okay, that's cool. And even then, it took me like 3 more years before I actually got noticed. I think I was stuck on like 1,000 subscribers for like a full year.
Yeah.
And it didn't bother me that much because my goal with YouTube was never to be big.
I was also about to say, I'm sure you not hitting, or you having only hit 1,000 subscribers after a year, like wasn't the objective.
It wasn't, that was like,
YouTube was fun.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yay, I'm on 1,000 subscribers. This is really cool. This is really fun. And it was like, okay, finally, cool, great. What's the next? And my goal was that by 18, I wanted to have 21. I mean, no. By 18, I wanted to have 5,000 subscribers. That was my goal. Like, by the time I finish high school, we need to have 5,000 subscribers, you know, just because it would be fun.
Of course.
And then 18 came, and then I released one video, and I blinked, and I have 30,000 subscribers in like 2 weeks, and I'm like, wait a minute. Wow.
Yeah.
When did we get here? You know, and everybody likes asking me, how did you feel? And I'm like, I didn't. Like, I didn't have the time to process everything. You understand what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it was like, when I started, I was really just so naive, and I was so like, that I enjoy doing what I'm doing, that I didn't care, you know, what, you know, any of that stuff. And
I also think it's the transition between you doing YouTube as a passion project and just enjoying it and it becoming a job.
Yeah, it becoming a job where you make money and people expect you now to post.
What you said, I definitely thought of you. So from watching you, I just think you're very, you just know your shit. Like, you know your shit, you sit down, you record, you seem very structured, very rigid.
Yeah.
Is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then having met you and like had conversations with you and being in your presence, I realized that, and I think most YouTubers do this, not that YouTube is a performance, but it is a job.
Yeah.
I've seen you work.
Yeah.
And that is definitely a portion to know because it's true to you.
Yeah.
But who you are off of camera is a bigger and like better person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I do think that most YouTubers or people in the public eye often have to do that.
Yeah, you sort of do. And it's, man, I promise it's not something there's certain videos where I'm gonna conduct myself a certain way because this is something that's meant to be this way. But there's other videos like vlogs and stuff where it's like, I don't know, I think I've gotten so into, I got to a certain point in my YouTube journey where the funness of it and me being myself was starting to be the thing that was spoken mostly about in a negative way.
Yes.
And so I was like, okay, this is not a safe space for me to fully be myself. And that hurts because it's like a lot of people are here because they enjoy the fact that I am myself.
Who you are.
And I'm like, I'm still gonna be myself. I'm still gonna be unapologetic. I'm still gonna, you know, I'm still gonna do all of that stuff. But I just feel I also had to learn that there's certain parts of yourself that you do need to reserve because not everybody deserves to know that part of you. So it's not really like I'm gonna put on a performance and I'm gonna be this way. The way that I am in my videos is the way that I am. Like that's the kind of person that I am. It's just that there's certain parts that like you reserve for people you're comfortable with. I don't know. Yeah.
Also, I think you reserve those parts for the people you feel comfortable around and people who can receive it well.
Yeah.
Again, like things can be lost in translation. Like if you don't know someone, like really know someone, it is easy for you to pick up on something and think that it's something that it's not. Oh yeah, and I do think when you're being criticized, when your personality is being put into question, that is a whole different ball game because that's who you are. That's who you wake up as. That's who you interact as.
That's what God made you.
That's what God made you as.
And you're just there like, God, what did you do?
Like, and that's the weird part. You're like, oh, people were saying this, like, Lord, did you not?
And you know what the funniest thing is? It's like it's so funny when your personality is the thing that people love most, but it's also the thing that people criticize most.
Also,
so you have all these subscribers because of your personality, but then the backlash that you get is because of your personality. So you're just like,
there are some content creators, and I think you're one of them, and I think of myself as one of them, where my personality is my brand. Like, who I am is really what you're buying into. But in the same way, you're supposed to share this, but also not too much. Because it is now part of your job and it's how you get your bag. And at the same time, you don't want people criticizing it. I have had fun on YouTube. I am having fun. Your head.
I have had fun on YouTube, and this is the last video.
And love you guys. I've been having fun, but the more I get into it, the more I think with anything, the more I'm realizing what a job. Like YouTube is a job.
Oh my God, Johnny!
Like a 15-minute video takes so much preparation, post-production,
please.
Content. Also, how do you come up with concepts and conversations? Because as much as you're saying like you like that, I know that's where your content is now heading, like or what you've been doing as of recent, but that is also hard.
You know what, actually, for me, it's not really, because in actual fact, a lot of people, well, some people know, but some people don't know, I am like a presenter, MC,
so
that's sort of my thing. That's what not that I am as of yet, but it's what I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
It's what I enjoy doing, so it's very easy for me. I've always been like relatively good at bouncing off ideas and just hearing conversation and being like, okay,
you said this,
you said this.
Yeah.
The only time I think I do have a challenge is when I have to come up with fun videos. That's so hard for me.
Like I said to my friend the other day,
hard.
I was like, guys, I don't know how to do this thing sometimes because I'm Debbie Downer.
It's
like
so hard. And the thing is, for me, it's even harder because that's how I started. So people are like, I feel like, no, you don't make fun videos anymore. And I'm just like, do you understand where I am now? Fun videos is drinking.
It's drinking. No, we have fun off camera.
The fun is off camera.
We can't record
some of the fun I have, I can't record, and the stories that I have, the story times.
For you.
I'll die. And
I will
literally
die.
get married and have children first before I can share some of those stories. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the only challenge that I have, is those fun videos.
I also struggle with fun videos just because I don't know what fun is to everyone.
Yeah, you see. And also another thing is it's fun videos you have to do with other people. And because I'm trying to refrain from putting too many people in my personal life on social media, I'm like, okay, then I have to work with other people. Yes. And it's not every day you meet a lady or a Gugu or a Busia or people that I get along with. Sometimes it's like,
yeah, you're gonna lose a lot.
Like we're having fun, but
again, you came onto YouTube in a time where there was like a concrete group of YouTubers, and you said that you weren't aware of South African YouTubers only until like after a year or so. How was integrating into the YouTube community? What was it like at the time?
At that time, I was really well accepted and really well welcomed.
Okay.
I can't even complain about that. That's not even something that I can be like, with Sibu were very mean to me. Definitely not. Like, I think for me, also because my video was one in which, the video that I released at my piano playlist was one in which, in my opinion, I had never seen.
Yes.
So a lot of
literally, guys, I know that she's literally it's just you and my playlist.
And literally a playlist, and we filmed with a phone.
And you guys are...
And we're in the time of our lives. And can I tell you, I always tell people this, I'm like, guys, I was not gonna upload that video. I
can imagine.
I didn't like that video. And not that I didn't like it, but I was like, that is the most raw our personality is. Like, that's when me and my cousin are like, we're at our peak loudness. That is the most raw our personality has ever been on the internet, And I think having gone into the YouTube space and trying to collaborate with YouTubers after that, I was shocked at how well accepted I was. But then also it hit me that, these people don't think I'm 18. These people don't realize that I'm not their age. I'm gonna use that to my advantage, And so going into it was not hard. A lot of people would be like, I've seen you, aren't you that playlist girl? Aren't you that playlist girl? And I was like, okay, I guess I'm the playlist
now. I'm gonna go over there. Yeah.
But I was really well accepted. But I mean, also there wasn't that many people
at the time. So what do you think of the YouTube space now? And especially like I've seen that a lot of South African YouTubers now are taking to collaborations, and I do think it's what our audience wants. Like every now and then I'll jump onto Twitter and I will just see a tweet like, I would love to see Do you feel pressure to collaborate with the people, your subscribers, and like social media want you to collaborate with? And what is your process of choosing?
This exam. I'm joking. No.
I hear you. Like that was actually a mouth for you. Actually, like, girl,
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
No, I at first I did, but then I became grateful for the pressure, because if it wasn't for the pressure, I won't lie, I have a very comfortable personality.
Yes.
I like what I like. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I be really lazy to find new people. I'm like, I know Bushle, I know those.
Let's keep it.
Yeah, I know these new ladies and Googles, y'all can watch them. I ain't for So I used to feel pressure, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys are me to work with these people and I don't know them, and now like I have to go and oh my god.
Yes.
But then I was like, okay, let me actually check them out now. Just freaking check them out.
Just try.
Try. And then I actually did, and from that is actually where I met some of the greatest people.
I see.
Having collaborated with those people, so I actually am very grateful for the pressure that has come with collaborate with, and it's also made me go and approach people that I didn't even think would have collaborated with me at all.
Yes.
Especially when I was starting with, when people were like, hey, go and approach, and I'm
And say what?
And say, like,
Ngizothini?
do they know me?
Yeah,
Well,
like-
who am I that I want to collaborate with them, you know? And so I was like, let me just send an email and just see if it works out.
I'm where you were at, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, collaborating scares me.
Really? Why?
Because I'm experiencing that person. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I really have to come into the space, speak to Neo, chill with Neo for a bit. The camera goes on. Obviously, there needs to be chemistry first and foremost for the video to work out. And I'm just an anxious person. So anytime I'm in a new space with someone else, and I'm also like, I'm definitely someone who just likes my space. I like routine.
Yeah.
Those that are in my space, cool. But adding new people to that has been a challenge. And obviously, I feel like with this line of work, you have no choice but
to do so, yeah.
To do so. But every time I've been nervous and I record and I walk away, I'm like, girl, what the hell?
What the hell with it?
Well, like, why were you stressed? Because, like,
you
you watch their content, you have an idea as to who they are, you've agreed to collaborate because you do think it would be a good collaboration.
Yeah.
And, like, I needed for my anxiety to not lie to me.
Yeah, I get that. No, I think for me, my least favorite kind of collabs is collabs. I really don't like collabs.
See.
You know, I think you can see that I'm somebody who, even after we collabed, we're gonna have a relationship after this. I need to understand that we don't have to be best friends, we don't have to be the closer friends,
but there's a relationship.
I have your back, you got my back. I'm not gonna see you at Groove and be like, hi, and walk away. You know, if I see you at Groove and I'm like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Let's chill. You know what I'm saying? So that's I understand what you mean with that. I think for me, that's why I always say I'm so grateful for the time in which my YouTube career actually took off. Because if it took off when I was older, I would have never done it. Because as you grow, you overthink things.
Of course.
I was young and naive, and I was just
and you were
keen. I just want to have fun, and I'm a people's person also. Even though people think I look like a bitch and I don't look like a people's person, but I like to believe I like people.
You definitely are people.
You know what I'm saying? I like people. I like some people, but you know what I'm saying.
But most people.
But like genuinely, like I was always just like, hey, let's do it, and then we chill and then whatever. And I remember like my first few collabs. Every single one of them, I till this day I have their numbers. I talk to them, I check on them and stuff like that. Just because it's like, dude, man, we all like the same thing. Why don't we just
in the same industry?
Yeah,
like,
man, let's all just get out.
Having people that you're familiar with or have some sort of friendship with in the same industry is also just hella important. Like,
it's so
having a YouTuber to pick up my phone and be like, dude, we have taxes to submit, girl. What are you talking about?
You see, and one person that I have a really good relationship like that with is Tato Rampedi.
Yes.
Him and I literally, like, Tato and I don't even speak that frequently, but like whenever he's like asking me for feedback on something I got him, when I'm asking him, he's got me.
And that's the kind of relationship you need.
You know what I'm saying? Putting him onto work, he puts me onto work, and vice versa.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't need to be like a full-fledged friendship, but it's just knowing that someone has your back.
Yeah.
Before I let Neo go and release her from this exam.
So quick. That was so quick. Oh wait, there's a question you asked actually that I wanted to answer.
Oh yes.
How I feel about the YouTube space today.
Now, yes, man.
If there's one thing I really like about the YouTube space today, I'm gonna say, okay, let me start off with not what I don't like, but what I'm just like
not too sure about.
I feel like there actually is an effort in people creating their content. Especially because the people that I've worked with, or the people that I actually, the top dogs of the issue, all of that stuff, you know, when I first went to go collaborate with them and saw like, oh like my God, look at the preparation that goes into this. I was like, that's so cool.
Yes.
And my thing is, I'll look at some people's content and I'll be like, this is, you have something so good going here, and you have a camera. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you doing YouTube because you want people to know about your life, or are you doing it because you enjoy interacting with people?
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of people these days are doing YouTube because I want people to know about my life. Yeah. And it's really just like, okay, but then you're gonna get tired of people knowing about your life. That's the
also
truth.
Like, respectfully, your life has to be hella interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
All the time. Also,
you need to be like that lady and have stories like this.
Also just need to like and be in the coolest spaces. Like, wow, like it needs.
And you need to have money.
Please say that again.
You definitely
need chankara,
cash dollar, talk. cash dollar.
Yes.
Yeah, but the one thing that I really do love though is that it's become a very inviting space.
Yes.
Before people were very reluctant. People were very like, do I do it? Don't I do it? Do I? Don't I?
Yeah.
And now it's so nice to see that people are actually open with doing it, and people are okay with doing different types of content. That's my favorite thing as well.
Yes.
Before we used to do a lot of the marshmallow challenge and all these American challenges, whatever cinnamon challenge and all these challenges that we
at
did.
At that time, it felt like we were mimicking.
And that's because we really you're starting off. You don't know what to do. So it's so nice now to see everybody come into the space, find their own voice, and just seeing everybody speak on it, and it's so fun and it's so nice to watch.
I also think I like the fact that there's so many different personalities on YouTube. Like what you're looking for, you really find.
That's how when people say South African YouTubers do, I'm like, that's actually such a lie, because yes, you were looking for it. Yes, you would find it.
But people don't want to look for what they like.
It's because they're expecting the people with the big following to do everything, and it's like, no, dude,
no.
Now my special talent is not medicine. I must talk about medicine.
I'm not gonna do that.
My special talent is not trading in cars. I must talk about trading in cars.
I'm not gonna do that. There is definitely a guy talking about, or someone talking about trading in cars
and gaming and
all of that.
Please.
But guys, I'm gonna cut it here. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming. And just for your wise words, dude. Like honestly, I think your journey is definitely, just seeing you grow in the space is immaculate, dude. It's been crazy. And also, like I said this to you like 2 weeks ago, you're young, but your mind and the way you carry yourself and handle YouTube is so inspirational.
Thanks.
So keep doing your thing. Okay, you're doing a good job. Okay guys, subscribe to Newa's channel. We will see you guys sometime soon. Bye.
Me.